Hey, it's BessieLB and I am back again with another product review. Today we're going to be discussing the Halo Glow Setting Powder. This setting powder was definitely something that I wanted to test out. I never used this setting powder before and I've been looking for a really good one to kind of help me combat this like oiliness that be going on with my face throughout the day, and to really keep my makeup intact and looking good without having to touch up too much or even at all. So check out the rest of this video. You'll see me applying this setting powder and how I feel about it at the end with this final look here. So stay tuned for how I use it and what I think about this final look after using it. So we shall see what you think. Stay tuned. Okay, so now you see me putting on this Halo Glow Setting Powder. The instruction says to take it off. It's like a twist cap, and then you just put some inside of the lid, and then you just take your brush and kind of swirl it around, dust off a little bit, and then you just put it on. So I have a makeup mirror here where I just put it on. I actually never really use, I guess, the setting powder before. I've used setting spray like after the fact, and I actually have, what do you call, the HD finishing powder from e.l.f. and I feel like I had used it before putting on my foundation because I thought that the translucent powder was kind of the same thing as setting powder. As I mentioned before, I do not use a lot of makeup, guys. I'm very like minimalist type makeup person. I only started trying to wear more makeup inside of my videos just because I'm realizing when you're shooting, baby, all the imperfection that you do have, you can definitely see it. Not that I'm embarrassed or anything, but it's just to say that, you know, using a ring light and soft boxes, whatever you use, you do feel like you can see a good amount of stuff. So I'm just kind of brushing it all over my face just so it can like set in the makeup. As I mentioned before, the one that I'm using is the medium beige. You probably can't really see it. Yeah, medium beige. This is the darker one that they have, and it says sets makeup and creates a soft focus blurred finish. And yeah, I have oily skin, so I really wanted to try this out, as well as probably using the finish powder after I do everything. I also do have e.l.f.'s mist setting spray that they have that I use as well, and that's pretty cool. So as you can see, I did go with it and put it on, and as you guys can see, there isn't any like residue left behind. And also I was a little worried because this medium beige, as you can see, I don't know, it was kind of hard to tell in the store because it was facing this way, but I wasn't certain if it would be like too light for my skin or whatever. But as you can see, it blends right in, like it's not too light or anything crazy. So I guess that's the little 4-on-1. I'll come back and show you guys my final face and show you how it looks, and then I'll also try to probably give you an update within this video of how it allowed my face to not get as oily, and if the makeup lasted, you know, more throughout the day from not having to blot my face and touch it up and things of that nature. So I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm back with the full face, and as you can see, I have everything that I put on for my daily quick little natural look. And after doing all of that, I can definitely say with the Halo Glow Setting Powder, as you saw me putting on my makeup, I was a little hesitant about it being the medium beige because the medium beige is the darkest color that they have for this setting powder. And I wasn't certain because I was like, it's a little deceiving with the colors that you see, and you're wondering, oh my gosh, is that going to show like this like powder residue and not blend in well and look a little weird? But to be honest, the setting powder, as you saw me putting it on, it literally blended well. I can say I never really worked with setting powder in the past, like I told you. So I'm not used to powders being loose and getting all over the place. Everything that I use is already like, it's a powder form, but it's something that's already a solid powder. So you just kind of rub it and brush it on your face. But this is a loose powder. I never dealt with a loose powder. So to put it inside of the lid, there's that. And then you see there's still like little specks of product in the lid. You have to twist it, pour it in here. And I felt like that was the mechanism for this is a little frustrating because e.l.f.'s little dispenser for powder, let me see if I can show you and not make a freaking mess. So e.l.f.'s little dispenser for their powders is those little dots, as you can see. And those little tiny old dots made it hard to dispense the powder from here into there. So I thought I was clever, and I kind of like put the lid on, turned it upside down, and was shaking it out. And then I tried to open it carefully, but I still feel like the powder got kind of everywhere. So I would say, I don't know if they can work on that, because I feel like the powder is getting kind of clogged in those little small holes that it comes out of. So that would be my only complaint about that. But I can tell you guys, for my melanated women, the medium beige is the darkest one they have, but the medium beige definitely works well for what it needs to do as far as putting that as the base on your face and then going in with everything else. So this is the final look with that and a few other products. Check those videos out for the Juvia's Place concealer and the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula and the mist and spray that I used. And yeah, that's how I achieved this whole look. So that is the products that I use, and this is what the final results is for the set powder. Now, the real test will come with after the end of the day. Hopefully I can probably catch a little footage for you guys at the end of the day, how oily or not oily I look, and if my makeup lasted. So yeah, so hey guys, I wanted to come back in and check with you all. So with the setting powder, it did allow the makeup to stay in place, stay intact, but I am noticing throughout my day that I am still looking a bit shiny and a bit oily. As you can see, I just finished touching up, like kind of blotting out some of the oil, but there is a lot of shine on my face. My forehead, my cheeks has a lot of shine, okay? So I think the setting powder helps set and keep the makeup in its place where it's not coming off. It's no creases in my eyelids from, you know, the concealer and the bronzer and that kind of thing, but the oil is still secreting through, right? Like you can still very much see my oil pockets leaking out here. So I would say that it is definitely, it's an inexpensive brand. It is a good setting powder to really help set, but you definitely have to go in and use the finishing HD powder that e.l.f. has, or whatever finishing powder that you want to use, or mist and spray, whatever you want to do. Today I did not use the HD finishing powder all over my face. I can tell y'all that definitely combats a lot of the oil. What I did is I did the setting powder underneath, and then I did all the rest of the steps, and then I only used the mist. Now the mist doesn't only help me for someone that has oily skin. That's a finishing thing, but I have to do the finishing translucent HD powder, and then after I brush that in, I sometimes spray. So I am going to tell you, you definitely have to use the HD finishing powder, because if not, you're going to be oily like me.